Greetings, my dear friends. This is Dreamweaver Mystics, as always. Today, I want to start with gratitude. Thank you for your activity, for the likes, for the positive reactions to the previous videos about the human body and bio-robots. I see that this topic resonates. And today, a letter arrived that I cannot ignore. It's from Rose. Good evening, Dreamweaver Mystics. I watched several of your videos about us just being bio-robots. Very impressive. Your videos answered almost all of my questions that I had been struggling with for decades. Thank you. I won't distract you for long. I want to share information I received on this topic. The essence is that we are more like consciousness recorded onto some kind of storage device, like a file. Between incarnations, we are in an archived state, in some kind of computer, and when needed, we are called upon to obtain a certain type of energy in a specific action. The file is downloaded and loaded into an avatar. Of course, everything around is a hologram, and we are too, essentially. And after the body stops working, we are carefully recorded back onto the storage device. And we are not really people, but just information. And our life never goes beyond the boundaries of this world. Once, while on vacation in a hotel, I woke up from a strange sound similar to an electronic one, and I saw an amazing light with a blue glow. I involuntarily looked up. Above my husband was a white stretch ceiling, and on the ceiling I saw something like lines with digital codes. I heard a clear command, "Lower." The lines flashed quickly, one after another, and I watched them as if hypnotized. Then everything went dark. I can say with certainty this was not a dream. From that day on, my husband's behavior changed dramatically, as if his program had been updated, and thankfully for the better. I hope this information is useful to you. Thank you. Rose, a subscriber to my channel. Isn't it like we've just been told the script of The Matrix or The 13th Floor? About the fact that we are information? I won't even argue. I completely agree with you. But your words, Rose, I perceive a little differently. You sound somewhat pessimistic, or is it just me? I don't know. I just want to add something. While we are in so-called storage, we have access to all the data in the universe. The fact that we are information, is that bad? Information is energy. Moreover, information is a weave, a kind of conglomerate of different energies. Is that bad? The words, "we are not people but information," should be said with complete delight, because for energy, there are practically no limits. And the fact that we are stored somewhere, that's not a problem either. It's care for us. Because right now, we are also stored in some safe place. Well, at least partially safe, because there is no complete reality. There is emptiness, and for the soul, emptiness might be hell. That's what I think. Illusory freedom beyond storage could cause the complete dissolution of the soul in the cold, empty space of infinite dark matter, or space, call it what you will. Those are my thoughts. And yes, one last thing. That hypothetical place where we may reside after the body ends, or at this stage before a new birth, it is practically limitless. I forgot to add compared to this world, of course. Those are my thoughts. But this is just one of many theories. There are thousands. Amen. Next comment. It's from Roker. He described our body as, in fact, a banal avatar given to us for learning. That's it. And it serves exactly as long as needed for learning. And it doesn't matter whether you're an excellent student or not, an addict or an athlete, your time will come in a specific world. Well, he wrote something like, in a specific world. Of course, I have serious doubts that there is no difference, whether you're an excellent student or an athlete, an addict or, I don't know, a loser, a killer, a maniac, or a saint. Of course, there is a difference. It's the purity of your consciousness. What is consciousness and awareness? It's control over your thoughts. It's the reception of purity by your brain, or perhaps by your soul, or in some common field in which a person exists. Then Rocker wrote, "Why do we see horrors, catastrophes on Earth, and all kinds of disgusting things in dreams, or even killing someone in a dream? Please develop this topic in a new video. I just can't understand. In the dream, I don't realize that I'm dreaming. When I wake up, it's like a weight off my shoulders." A rather strange question, considering that we are in a world that projects a huge amount of dark energy. Excuse the color scheme, but that's what unpleasant energies are commonly called. This world does not assume only positivity and high, bright energy. Let's finally understand, fear is one of the main forces that moves humanity. Is man to blame for this? Yes, of course, but people were placed in difficult conditions from the start. If we believe in evolution, I emphasize the evolution not of the body, but specifically the formation of the social pyramid and conditions for the survival of the species, then you will understand who sent us here. That entity clearly did not intend to make winged fairies out of us. We are the most defenseless, ill-adapted creature to the external environment. For example, we are the only creatures who, while on the surface of the Earth, get burned by sunlight. Evolution is not stupid, and it would not have missed such a detail. We are quite weak, with poor vision, farsightedness, no night vision, incredibly poor sense of smell and hearing. But we have a fairly developed brain, and hands that can pick up a stone, start a fire. The only animals close to us that come to mind are monkeys and raccoons. They also have hands, but our problems don't interest them at all. All this allowed, or rather forced, humans to react quickly to an aggressive external environment, nature, animals, and climate. What, are we supposed to walk around naked when we have almost no body hair? Look, there runs a deer. You kill the animal, there's your food. Who's to blame? No one. These are the conditions. We were placed in a rather harsh game. Now, thanks to the development of mechanics, electronics, and the associated privileges of the industrial technological world, man is on top of the mountain. But who canceled the energy of death and fear? No one. That's why dreams are not always pleasant. From the energy information common field, you draw exactly that. Why? I don't know. In my dreams, too, it's far from snow-white bunnies in red caps dancing around a Christmas tree. Very harsh. And I think this is our fate, to see some horrors. Perhaps we are reading different information. Perhaps this is a parallel dimension, past or future events. Accept it. I'm practically not afraid of anything in my dreams anymore. I've developed immunity. The level of melancholy, gloom, and darkness sometimes goes off the charts. Probably you and I are sensitive human beings, and like a sponge, we absorb all the pain of the earth, people, and animal world through visually projected pictures in our dreams. And how they look probably depends on us. Our brain is like a transformer. It simply converts energy into such images. But our world is dual, and not everything is bad. Where there is darkness, there is always a ray of light. And where there is light, a shadow always falls. And darkness is not bad, just as pure light is a blessing. Something like that. I promised to read an article. It's called Leaving the Body, Managing Reality. Not a bad and intriguing title, is it? If you really like this article, please hit like and write, "We want a continuation." Then I'll have to listen to my subscribers and continue. So, the physical body is both a gift and a prison for a person. Furthermore, it has become clear that the ability to separate from the body and explore other worlds beyond ours is not a rare trait. This ability is open to everyone by birthright. Being born as a human, the very fact that this ability makes people truly free is what caused its denigration and even demonization. The entire idea of human society is built on unfreedom. Of course, this benefits someone. Deep awareness of this ability to voluntarily separate from the physical body leads to a transformation in a person's attitude toward the end of physical life, reducing and even destroying fears and increasing understanding. This same deep awareness also leads to an understanding of the true meaning of human life. Of course, this displeases those who are used to imposing their vision and speculating on this. The main quality of the worlds you can discover for yourself is boundlessness. Boundlessness in all possible senses and directions. Every person who travels through the subtle worlds or creates their own worlds always encounters this main quality. Sooner or later, practitioners come to understand that our everyday reality is only a small part of a vast world, or more precisely, of infinite worlds. These worlds are accessible to people, but only to those who are aware and take action. Empty dreamers and skeptics will be left with nothing. Encountering people who have passed on there, I came to understand that I am capable, while still alive in my physical body, of independently creating a world that I will go to after my physical journey ends. I am already creating it, and it is not a world of illusion as it might seem, but a genuine and complete world possessing the qualities of solid matter, although it is not matter. Created according to my discretion and my intention as a free being called human. This is our main likeness to the Creator, the ability to create. People just don't know about it, locked into the everyday reality of their flat world. Remember what I said about certain movies? They try to impose on us that the astral realm is scary. So, continuing. Furthermore, I am confident that I will not be alone in my post-physical existence. I will join a huge community of the same free creators of their own worlds like myself. In my world will be everyone I love during my life on Earth, and this is not a matter of faith, this is knowledge. I can already prove this to myself. Yes, not only to myself. True, the properties of this knowledge are such that it cannot be conveyed in words to another. One can only show the paths to acquiring it. Each person discovers this knowledge for themselves. 1,000 times I want to apologize for the pathos that has just fallen upon you. But believe me, I am not a pompous fanatic. I don't have delusions of grandeur. I'm just a practitioner who has seen things that are hard to talk about without emotion. Even now, as I write these lines, I get goosebumps. It is very difficult to put into words the feelings, sensations, and experiences that accompany people who have understood through this ability, freedom, and their true purpose. I can only suggest experiencing it for yourself. It transforms, it lifts and moves you into a new and higher quality. For those who take this step, life will never again be empty. It will become filled with meaning, wisdom, and happiness. I don't believe in coincidences, so I have no doubt that if you have opened this book and even read this far, then you are exactly the one who is already on the threshold of a new discovery. That means you are no longer a random person. I don't have enough eloquence to explain how important and fateful this discovery could be for you. Try to begin. These are my thoughts, friends. We are information. We are energy. We are creators. And even if we are stored somewhere on a device, it's not a prison, it's an opportunity. Because beyond storage is emptiness, and inside storage is infinity. Choose what resonates with you. But remember, you can create your own worlds, right now, directly from this information. This was Dreamweaver Mystics. Until next time, and don't be afraid of your dreams or of yourself.